Hey everyone, don't forget to stay tuned till after the video if you want to find out how to support me or where to follow me on social media. And also, if you like this video and like what I do, like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff. Anyways, thank you so much for choosing me, and on with the video.
The Whale is a fat-phobic film about a man trying to eat himself to death. And whenever I've made a video about it and referencing that they shouldn't use a fat suit, no film should use a fat suit, one of the comments that I get is, well, they had to use a fat suit because there are no 600-pound actors. Well, number one, I'm certain there are out there 600-pound actors, but they don't get a lot of work because people use fat suits.
Hot take. What Shall Hell was for fat phobia in early 2000s comedy, The Whale will be to 2020's drama.
So, coming to you live from my toilet, I just saw The Whale. The first half, I was enraged, and the second half, I just laughed because it was like a parody of a sad movie. It reminded me of Tracy Jordan's Hard to Watch from 30 Rock. But make it fat.
I think I was crystal clear in my stance that supporting The Whale is to support systemic fat phobia. This is separate from supporting Brendan Fraser's experience of survivorship. Obviously, you all know I'm a survivor. It's like why half of you are here, and you know that I stand with all survivors. That also means that as survivors, it's our responsibility to call out other people when we contribute to other forms of systemic harm.
With all this discussion of The Whale, I've been seeing a lot of people lacking true understanding of why fat suits are inherently harmful and fat phobic. Let's get into it. The usage of fat suits reinforce the societally held belief that fatness is not a natural state. It reinforces this idea that fatness is something that everyone can just take off. If you worked hard enough, there's a thin person inside of every fat person.
A lot of the conversation has been about how he was fat shamed after what happened to him and how, we should still appreciate him. So it's ironic that the movie used for his comeback demonizes fat people.
I saw The Whale. I was just really, my heart was broken throughout the whole movie. And what did you have on? Because your hands were big on your body.
Those are like sleeves that came to the shoulder. There was a 5-point harness that had me strapped in pretty, once into it, I was in there all day until it came off. But the rule was with this is that the whole look should obey the laws of physics and gravity, because we don't see that in films. And I really looked. I looked at what the Farrelly brothers did. I looked at what Mike Myers did. I looked at what Eddie Murphy did. And that's just in the last 20 years. Yeah. Anything before then, it's a cutout silhouette of a costume that's stuffed with like batting, and it's normally just an athletic actor inside the silhouette of a suit. Yeah. And it was all in service of just kind of a mean joke or a one-note sort of shtick that I think we're better than. There are those who live with this disease, and it was my obligation to be their voice.
I'm gonna say this. I am getting so super hyper immensely tired of anyone accusing appropriation of fat bodies. Like, I want to be angry. I can't even be angry because it's just the dumbest thing. I'm sorry if you don't like that thin actors put on a bodysuit and pretend to be fat. I do not care. I do not care if a fat actor doesn't get the job. Just because you have cellulite doesn't mean you're talented. And clearly, unless you live under a rock, you know that I am talking about Brendan Fraser. Yeah. I am talking about the absolute wholesome, precious being that the entire internet collectively agrees next to Keanu Reeves, we must protect him. Brendan Fraser is a sweet and kind soul. He has gotten screwed over by Hollywood. He has gotten screwed over by his coworkers. He has gotten screwed over by life. And the thing is, he is such a good actor. I've always loved Brendan Fraser. One of my favorite movies of all time is The Mummy. Like, straight up. It's the movie that made me decide I love the name Evelyn. Like, I love The Mummy. Oh, God, I love that movie. But anyways, I am so tired of people bitching that Brendan Fraser's makeup crew got awarded for it, that he got awarded for it. I don't care if for the rest of film existence, if another fat person got hired in any movie. Straight up. Because the fact that you would be mad that someone got in a fat suit and pretended to be fat, it's hilarious to me. Do you also believe that Peter Pan really flies? Do you think Ariel actually has that mermaid tail? I'm curious. Does Gamora really have that green skin? I'm just trying to figure out. Just trying to, You do know that the avatars aren't actually giant 10-foot blue people, right? I'm just making sure. Okay. Because, the girl with the dragon tattoo didn't actually have the dragon tattoo. Uh-oh, guys, you know what? I just realized I'm being appropriated. You do realize that the people that play hobbits aren't actually 4'1". You do know this, right? Yeah? Oh, God. And you do know that Legolas doesn't actually have those elf ears and that blonde wig. He's not a real blonde, guys. I'm just trying to wonder where the limit is. Because, if we're going to talk about appropriating, okay. Idris Elba doesn't actually have those colored eyes from when he's in Thor. Ooh, speaking of Thor, you know that Chris Hemsworth actually has 2 eyes, right? I'm trying to figure out what you're okay with appropriating, okay? I'm trying to figure out what you are okay with happening and making believe in films. I want to know. Dish. Spill. Reveal. Because, you're getting mad that a talented actor who could take on the role, make it believable, and make an enjoyable film, put on a fat suit.
With some critics calling it fat-phobic and exploitative. But you say you embrace the criticism, and I would tend to agree with you because I think there's such a layered humanity to what you offer and the story tells. But what is your response?
At least people are talking about this.
Yeah.
I'm grateful for that. Much of the argument, personal view, it seems a bit self-serving in some ways. I don't know if that argument speaks on by the disease of obesity. And I'd like to think that we've made more steps towards helping ameliorate the problem than we have done to divide and separate one another.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's bias there. There's real bias.
Well, there's bias and there's again, fear.
Yeah.
People are afraid of folks, and so they make these comments about someone's film that is putting a light on something, and they say, oh, no, that's not the right way to do it. Well, why didn't you write one?
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't you bring it up? You didn't, so just have your opinion, but keep it to yourself.
Do you understand what acting is? Do you understand how it works? Because I think these days we're having a very hard problem with that. We're having a hard problem with understanding that acting is pretending to be something that you're not. Okay, that's why an actor with range is considered a talented actor. And that's why if you get pigeonholed or you're a one-trick pony, you're not as popular. If you play the same thing over and over again, people tend to cast you less. You never want to be pigeonholed as an actor. You don't want to be just that one thing. People call you talentless when you're like that. But now, you're wanting to attribute someone's real life things to what they play as. And I know this is dancing in a territory that a lot of you really don't realize I have opinions on. But Raven Simone put it perfectly. Just because she's gay doesn't mean her character in That's So Raven has to be gay. Just because you are something in real life doesn't mean you have to be it on screen. And it doesn't mean that it's going to make you play something better or worse. Like, it's such a simplistic and low IQ way of thinking. And it boxes people creatively in.
Out of all the movies premiering this week, The Whale is by far the one I was the most nervous about. It's a new Darren Aronofsky film based on a play by Samuel D. Hunter. It stars Brendan Fraser as a 600-pound man who is confined to his apartment and despised by his family as he tries to find redemption. Fraser's physical transformation is achieved by a combination of digital and practical effects, aka a fat suit. So far, the headline from the good and mixed reviews is that Fraser is absolutely fantastic in this. Both physically and emotionally, he completely commits and delivers some heartbreaking moments. Sadie Sink is also getting a lot of praise for her performance as his daughter, and their confrontations are seen as the best parts of the film. Most critics are finding this heartbreaking and shattering in all of the right ways. But there are already some people who are saying that this film engages in some extremely dated fat-phobic tropes. Obviously, the use of the fat suit in and of itself is just not great. I understand that there aren't a lot of 600-pound actors, but perhaps just don't make the movie then.
You can only draw this if you're this type of marginalized group. You can only act this way if you're only this type of marginalized group. You can only be this if you're this type of marginalized group. So on, so forth, yada, yada, yada. This is what's continually happening over and over and over and over again. And I am getting so immensely tired of it. The reason why we suffer in Hollywood with these rehashes, remakes, reanimated, tired, drab, ethnicity washed bullshit is because we don't ask for original stuff and we don't ask for creativity. We only get as far as fat person must play fat person. Gay person can only play gay person. Straight person can only play straight person. We think in oversimplified terms in demand of representation. And guess what? This is why Hollywood and creatives as a whole are failing. This actually kind of leans into it. Someone was talking to me about it. This is why I don't like fan art or fanfics, guys. You notice how a lot of people, when I had a little how would I put it? A kerfuffle on Twitter a couple of weeks ago. By the time this comes out, it'll probably be a couple of months ago. But as you all know about my feelings on fan art, I got a lot of people on the art side of Twitter very mad at me, including several large creators, some of which have actually blocked me. And you see, the funniest part is they didn't like what I had to say because I was saying the truth. But what was funny is they were like, well, I have personally hired people to DC and Marvel who drew fan art. And have we not noticed how much DC and Marvel fail now at making comics? How drab and lazy the writing is and how boring it is and none of us like it. Comic book sales are failing. Gee, I wonder why. Maybe it's because you're hiring people that pander rather than think creatively. People who were never trained to creatively think outside the box. They may be talented artists, but all they got was attaboys and appeasement and everything else. So they never got to really creatively flex or try anything out. Same thing with fan fiction writers. I've had a lot of people that yelled at me about fan fiction. I despise fan fiction. Oh my God, do I not like it? And I got a lot of people saying, well, that's a springboard. It's a great springboard. Oh, that's how people start off. And they get hired because they write fan fiction. Okay, understand for what it is. Fan fiction writers are the people who are getting hired into Hollywood now, and that's why we're getting a lot of really drab things like High Guardian Spice. That's why we're getting so many things where everyone's like, God, why is this only pandering? Why is this so boring? Why do you think a lot of these rewrites of like, let's see. I know that the new, because there's a new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles every like 2 years. The new things of Peter Pan, the new thing that every time they do one of these, and you can tell there was a checklist of what they had to do to be appeasing to certain groups. Does no one notice how much these things fail? Think about it. When is the last time you were excited to go to the movies? When there wasn't a massive controversy over a movie. And we're not talking controversies like, oh my God, it's got such new themes. No, controversy is in they literally tell their audience they hate their audience.
You know what 420 is, right?
Yeah, it's code for adults who still watch cartoon.
Like, that's the major thing. Like Velma. Oh, and I know I've not even touched on it, but think about Velma is a perfect example of what happens when you hire fan fiction artists and fan fiction writers, and they have free range to do what they want. It is a perfect case study of what is happening in Hollywood and the lack of creativity and the lack of originality.
Seems a bit self-serving in some ways.
Is it self-serving to want a positive portrayal of a fat character that doesn't end in weight loss or death?
Yes.
Is it self-serving to want a fat character to be portrayed by a fat actor and not a thinner actor in a fat suit?
Also, yes.
Is it self-serving to want a story that centers a fat character to either be written by, directed by, or performed by someone even approaching the level of fatness of that main character?
Yes, and really improbable to even be possible.
If that's self-serving, fuck it, I'm self-serving. No one else is serving us.
Don't worry, honey. We fat people do plenty of self-serving. Usually at a buffet. Sorry, I couldn't help it! I'm sorry. It's point blank right there. Look at how many shows come out and fail miserably because they are carbon copies of other things, but done worse. Like, oh, we're just like Family Guy. We have a crazy baby too. We have an alcoholic dog too. We have this too. It's so formulaic that it's boring. And that's happening all over media now. Why do you guys think that traditional news and traditional TV and traditional movies are getting ousted now? Because nobody wants it. Nobody wants originality. Nobody wants that lack of originality. And this all circles back into, well, now we can't even have actors play things that they aren't. Now we can't have actors act. How dare a thin man play a fat man? When everyone says that Brendan Fraser did a phenomenal job. And he did gain weight for the role, guys. He didn't exactly walk in skinny. And he's still not very skinny. No offense, Brendan. You're precious and we love you. But he's still not skinny. The fat suit was just to add on the excess. You really want someone like that? Do you not realize The Whale was about a person that was dying from their weight? Do you not see how unhealthy he was? And stop acting as if that's unusual. Stop acting. Have you not seen a single episode of My 600-Pound Life?
A24's The Whale is being hailed as the comeback performance for actor Brendan Fraser, but we need to talk about the movie's controversy regarding anti-fatness. In the film directed by Darren Aronofsky, Fraser plays Charlie, a reclusive 600-pound gay English teacher who is trying to reconnect with his teenage daughter. The role required Fraser to wear a metamorphic prosthetic suit. His performance has garnered Oscar buzz, but the way his character's fatness is portrayed on screen has led some critics to call out the film for being anti-fat. Author and New York Times opinion writer Roxane Gay has called the film, quote, an exploitative and sometimes cruel spectacle. In Vanity Fair's Richard Lawson said the film, quote, doesn't feel anything like empathy. It's also facing criticism for its casting. Mean Girls actor Daniel Franzese says he and other larger gay actors are generally overlooked for roles. Director Darren Aronofsky said he doesn't understand the controversy, as makeup has been used since the beginning of acting, and he prioritized realism with The Whale. Fraser stressed that his portrayal came from a place of respect. Quote, this is one man's story. It's not representative of everyone who lives with a body such as Charlie's, he said.
Have you not? Have you never seen someone with a food addiction before? And I'm saying this as someone who hasn't even watched the movie yet, because frankly, I hate crying in films. Oh, I hate sad films. Oh, I do. Give me action. Give me romance. Give me comedy. Don't give me sad. Don't make me cry. Oh, no, no, no. Your girl don't like it. Your girl don't like it. If there's an animal that dies, I don't care how funny the film is. I never want to see if the animal dies. Oh, hell no. Hell no. This is the point I'm making, though, guys. This is the point I'm making. You know, it's like there's this movie Belle that came out, and I know this is just me going on a tiny rant, okay? I watched this movie Belle last year when I was in Texas. I remember watching it and I was like, oh, wow. I'm so excited because it looked so different. It looked like it had this, amazing world and the only competent part of the film, because the whole film made no sense. And the only competent part technically was the singing and the animation. The story itself was shit. And the only part that made any sense was the part that they carbon copied from Beauty and the Beast for no reason whatsoever. Made no logical sense. And I remember being so annoyed that this world famous director had no talent. Because all he did was copy a scene from Beauty and the Beast. Half his themes made no sense. The ending made no sense. And so many people wanted to love this film. And I was like, there's nothing original about it. There's nothing fun and original and cool about this. It's a lot of tropes mashed up. And I just remember thinking, is this where we're at now? One of the things I love about anime is that anime is the last bastion of original stories. But even they now, oh, it's bad. It's really bad. So if you look at it, you've got a lot of times where there's this trend in anime where, rather manga, where one person comes out with it and next thing you know, you can tell there is a company that is hiring a large series of artists and saying, here's a theme, run off with it. If you read romance manga in any capacity, you'll know what I'm talking about. For instance, I died and became the villainess. I died and became the protagonist. I died and married the villain. I died and I became the wife of the villain's dad. So on and so on and so on. Somebody dying in Korea or Japan and waking up in some other fairy tale land for some inexplicable reason. And even though I gobble them up, I can also admit, after a while, they get boring. A couple of them stand out, but when I tell you there are hundreds, potentially thousands. And it's happening a lot. This theme keeps happening over and over again. It didn't used to happen this much, but now it's just like they take this bare bones, they hand it to a bunch of artists, and they say, make something we can sell. And that's something really sad. Because Japan, for all of its faults, they really don't give a fuck in Western standards and what we want. And, you know, they're going to do whatever the hell they want. They're going to make any story they want. But I'm really sad because I feel like the lack of originality and the push for social justice is starting to ruin Eastern styles of storytelling. The West is infiltrating them and guilting them. And it's just starting to feel like that is taking over there. As a matter of fact, Michelle McDaniel just did something about, body positivity in Japan. And the idol groups. And I just worry. I worry because it is stringent there. I will say that the body positivity is so opposite and lacking there. And they are overly stringent about the body, and they're strict. And I guarantee you if I went to Japan, they would not like me because, because I have a loud mouth and I talk back and they're not used to that. But I digress. Point is, guys, this is something where if we keep accepting it and we keep demanding, a movie's only good if representation, it's only good if we're not appropriating something.
This fat suit team winning an award, but you'd be wrong if you think that. Because Dove, a whole ass brand, excuse my language, they actually decided to weigh in on this for some reason. They wrote at KB Halen, stop giving fat suit awards. We want better representation in Hollywood. #let's change beauty. And that tweet by Dove was in response to someone else's tweet, which is now deleted, but said, so disappointing that The Whale won the Oscar for Best Hair and Makeup. Fat suits are harmful. They are not your opportunity to win awards. Our identity is not your costume. Cast fat actors to play fat characters. #The Whale. #fat phobia. #fat suit. #Oscars. Okay, I can understand how, race can be an identity issue. Sexuality can be an identity issue. But if you're trying to tell me that fatness, like your size, that's an identity, no. Okay, no, get a job, touch grass, do something else. And we're not even talking about, once more, Brendan Fraser making fun of fat people or a super skinny person made to look super fat. This is someone who, they just added some pounds with makeup. Would you actually be happier if Brendan Fraser had gained all that weight, did all that damage to his body? Would that make him worthy in your mind of this acting award? It's just insane.
What you are doing, whether you realize it or not, you are boxing in creativity. You are cutting someone off from creativity. And you are guilting them into believing that anything they want to do, if it is not 100% socially accepted or 100% on the mark with exactly what is politically correct, that they can't make it. Many of the pioneers of comedy, of romance, of anything, would never have made their movies. The pendulum is swinging too far to the extreme. And we have to stop it. So I advocate for more fat suits. I advocate to see just how far the craft can go. Because I think it's really incredible that you can make such a believable fat suit now that it takes a minute to realize whether or not the actor gained weight. Because the fun thing is, for instance, in This Is Us, I did not realize the husband in This Is Us wore a fat suit. The husband to Kate, I did not know he wore a fat suit. I was floored. I was absolutely shook when I found out he was not actually overweight. I could not believe it. And so it's just stuff like that where that's craft. That's artistry. That's incredible. Stop boxing it in. Stop limiting it because it hurts your fifis. Allow people to create. Allow people to explore that kind of thing. To create new and interesting. To push the boundaries. Stop loving mediocrity. Stop loving replication. That's part of the reason why I don't like fan art, because it's just replicating what someone else already made. Make something new. Make something fresh. Make something different. And stop telling people that unless they are exactly what they are in the story, they can't act it out. But that's all I had to say about it, guys. I hope I didn't go on too much of a rant with this one, but it's been building up inside of me, let me tell ya. I hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you in the next one. Hey, if you liked that video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff, get the voice out there. I want to remind all of my followers that I love to hear about your success. So if you have lost weight, if you have succeeded in a fitness journey, a muscle journey, please make sure you send me your before and after photos, your age of starting, your current age, starting weight, all that. Send me all the information to thestarson@yahoo.com. That is thestarson@yahoo.com. I want to also start off by thanking all my patrons. You guys help me out so much. You fund me and you help me do this. And I greatly appreciate you. I want to thank John Quinn, Emile DeVry, Edie, Anime Chan, Lady Derpy, Chaka Hooligan, Esteban, Gina Sina, AJ Lare, Becoming a Better Me, Jenny Eller, Selma, Cindy Lowe, Desert Jack, Ian, and Ora Kosteski. Becoming a patron also allows you to get access. If you become a patron on my Patreon, you will gain access to all of these wonderful features. You're going to get access to my NSFW artwork that I do, artwork plain and simple. I upload my raw footage onto there for my patrons, and I just do some behind the scenes stuff. I am also going to start adding more things on in the coming months. I also want to thank my members on my YouTube. This is if you do not care about my artwork, if you don't care about, seeing all that different jazz and you just want to support me. You are just absolutely gems. Thank you guys so much. And I just appreciate you guys. Remember, both Patreon and my membership start at $1 a month. I do have a goal. Once I reach it, I plan on doing some kind of contest or giveaway, so keep that in mind. This is all my other social networks that I currently have. You can find me everywhere. I use the same name because if there's one thing I am, it's consistent. And everyone will be like, oh, not really, but it's okay. I try my best, guys. This is my most recent video or the videos I've done in the past. Thank you guys so much for supporting me. And as always, remember to tell the people that are important to you that you love them and to be safe. So guys, I love you. Be safe. Have a great day.